That shift from mom to grandma is exciting, but it's also uncharted if you're a new grandparent. So how do you become the grandma that you want to be and make that relationship transition? My next guest has strategies to make that new stage in your life the very best it can be. Dr. Julie Hanks with Wasatch Family Therapy is here with some insight, and this topic stems from a personal place. You recently made the jump to the Grandma Club.
Yes, in November.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This baby is something else. She is beautiful.
I know. My whole family, we're all obsessed. Totally obsessed with her.
Baby Kate.
Baby Kate.
So 3 months now?
2.
2 months.
Yeah.
Here's what I love as your friend. I was watching on social media, right? I was watching this happen and I was just cheering you on, so excited as we saw every picture of this beautiful baby girl with crazy hair. I love it.
Dark.
I'm so jealous of the hair. But I saw this in you, and I've seen it in other women I know that have gone through this transition. Did you love it more than you even thought possible?
Yes.
Yes.
People just said, oh, it's so great. It's the best. It's the reward for being a parent, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, great. I wasn't that excited about actually becoming a grandparent because I don't feel that old. And it kind of was like, oh, wow, I'm my mom now. You know, like, wow. But when I met her, oh my gosh, so cute, so cute. And yeah, that's the first time I got to hold her right there.
Are you Grandma Julie? What's your name? Have we decided?
So far, Grandma Julie. She'll name me, I'm sure, once she starts talking. But so far, because Grandma Hanks, that's my husband's mom.
Yeah, it's your mother-in-law.
It's already taken.
Right,
so
right. Would you compare it to parenting then, now that you've experienced it? Is it similar feeling-wise?
It is only the good part of parenting. It's like only the joy, the happiness, the fun, and none of the stress and the work. That's what, now I'm like, oh, I get why people say it's just the most amazing thing.
So the love and the joy comes naturally, but did the role of grandma, I mean, navigating that transition, did that come easily and naturally as well?
Yes, and I also, okay, I'm a therapist, right? So I was really conscious about respecting their boundaries as a family. And sometimes that I had to go, okay, wait a second, this is their thing, right? And so to kind of let them take the lead as a family, let my son and daughter-in-law, in terms of how much they want to see us, how much, you know, where do they want to spend the holidays?
But it took a self-check for even you.
Yes, yeah, and maybe I overthink it, but I just thought, you know what, this is their thing. I'm going to respect them. And I asked my daughter-in-law, like, what have I done well? How can I improve?
Oh, that's a brave question. No, you're great.
I'm actually open to feedback.
You're great. You're great. Well, and I do think you see some grandmothers, you see them almost go to one extreme or the other, right? Like they're all in the business and they're all over it, or they've heard this advice, so they pull back so much that there's almost a little gap there. So it can be a hard balance to strike. You also early on tried to put into practice the idea that I'm not going to give advice until they ask for advice. Right.
Yeah, as a parent, I've been a parent for a long time, 26 years. So I think I have a lot to offer. And I've been a therapist for almost that long. And I think most parents feel like that, like, oh, I know the right way, I know the best way, or have you thought of this? And so I've really had to kind of just relax and just, you know, hey, I have some ideas if you're open to it, but just not kind of, oh, well, have you thought about this? And well, how come you should not sleeping through the night? What are you doing wrong? You know, there's so many things that I have a lot of opinions about birth, about, you know, those first few months,
blah, blah, blah. It comes from a great place. You just want to help, right? You've been there, you've done that, you know what's worked for you.
Yeah, but I think I've done okay with just waiting or just kind of opening the door, like, hey, I have some thoughts about that if you need any help. Let
me know.
You know.
You talked about being open and asking for that feedback. How has your communication style been as you kind of approach these new parents, your son and your daughter-in-law?
Yeah, I've really tried to be aware of what I want and then be direct with the request. So this is a complaint of a lot of people with mother-in-laws, right? Like, oh, well, it would be nice to spend some time with the baby, or, well, you haven't been around, but, you know, there are a lot of ways that I think we could be passive-aggressive.
Sure.
And just to be direct, hey, I'd love to spend some time with Kate. Is there a morning I could come over and, you know, give you some time off?
Perfect.
That's
just
exactly
that
what I
direct
text.
request.
Yep.
Get my cuddle time in. Get my fix in.
These are some days, mornings I have off. You know, I'd love to come down. Let me know. So being direct and not like, oh.
I think that would be really appreciated, right, from the mother perspective. And I have to ask, you're the mother-in-law in this situation. Has that, made it any more delicate or sensitive?
It's different, I think, and I think that's okay. It's really, okay, a lot of mother-in-laws and a lot of grandmas keep score. I've heard that in my practice for a long time. It's really important not to keep score because a relationship with a daughter-in-law is different than with a daughter. It just is. I remember that when I was having children, and this is my daughter-in-law, and so there's a different level of intimacy.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And so I think it's important to respect that, and also I've had to go, well, her mom lives on the East Coast, so I kind of get some.
You get the bonus time.
But they were here, and I really wanted to respect that relationship and not feel like, oh, well, she doesn't want me to come and stay with.
Right, that tit for tat.
Yeah, it's not worth it, and it's a different relationship. So don't keep score. Just love the time you have.
Julie, we're so happy for you. We are so happy for you. Hey, what's coming up on drjuliehanks.com?
Well, I have a special 50% off coaching with the code 2017 until the end of the month.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I rarely do that, so.
Take advantage of it. 50% off.
Yep.
Well, we are just so happy for you on the new grandma title, Grandma Club, and we'll link you over to Julie's website if you want to take advantage of that 50% off coaching offer.